Hi, good morning. I'm Dr. Randy Case from Morris Spine and Sport and Root Cause Functional Medicine Center, and I want to welcome you to this month's episode of Powerful Women, What's Your Root Cause? And today I'm sitting here with Kate Whitman-Annis, and she is, I've known her, how long have I known you now?
5 years?
5 years now. Yeah, about that.
Maybe longer?
Yeah, something like that. And she is the executive director of the Devil's Youth Foundation.
Yep.
And I thought we would kind of do something a little bit different this episode. So Kate, what I did was I went on to AI. It's a new thing that I'm playing with.
I call it my friend ChatGPT.
Yeah, yes.
It's a lot of work for me.
It does a lot of work, especially
Yes.
those days when your brain's not quite working as well as it should. And I asked my AI friend, what is Powerful Women? And this is what it came back as. So a combination of personality traits, skills, and experiences. Somebody who's confident, has a lot of self-worth and self-belief, resilience, able to recover from setbacks and challenges. Someone who's empathetic, so you're able to understand the feelings of others. Someone who's optimistic, has a powerful or positive attitude, who helps others face challenges. Someone who has leadership skills, good communication, and also is able to be analytical, to break down complex problems and solve issues. And I think those things just describe you to a T.
Well, that's very nice of you. I think that's like the perfect person. I'm not sure I'm everything on that list.
Well, I think we're going to kind of go through your
Okay.
history and your experiences and your jobs, and I think by the end we're going to circle back to this.
Okay.
And we're going to see that you are all of these things and more.
All right.
So you are a New Jersey girl.
Yes.
Yes, you were born in Far Hills.
Actually, I was born in London.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, you're a London, New Jersey
So
girl
I
then.
can never be president of the United States.
Oh,
Sadly.
sad
Yes,
face.
that's out. Yeah.
Oh.
But I spent almost my entire life in New Jersey, yes.
Yes, and
Yeah.
so you moved shortly after you were born. When did you move to Oldwick?
So we lived in Far Hills until I was 14, and then
Okay.
we moved to Oldwick when my mother was running for governor.
Okay,
time.
and that you were in high school at
Yeah.
that point. Yeah. So you are strong in the hockey world, we know that, but you didn't start off that way.
No, I started off as a figure skater.
Yeah.
I figure skated here in New Jersey for 12 years, and the last time I did it, I was actually in Lake Placid.
Oh.
And my mother had taken me up there for a figure skating festival. I forget even what they're called. And they dressed me up like a Smurf, and I went out for a 2-minute show, dressed fully as a Smurf with the hat and everything. And that was the last time I put on figure skates.
Ah.
And my father had been telling me for years that I should play hockey. And I never did because it wasn't a big girl sport. It wasn't something a lot of girls did. But I was lucky enough, there was a team. And so I started playing, and I never really looked back. And hockey has been a part of my life on and off ever since then, even when I didn't mean it to be. It just kind of keeps popping back up.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
that's good. So even at an early age, you knew that hockey, something resonated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you started playing hockey, and there was that one team in Bridgewater. Was it in Bridgewater, the Hunt?
The Essex Hunt Club.
Yes.
It's in Peapack.
It's in Peapack. Okay. So you played there, and then you went away to high school,
Yes.
to Deerfield Academy, and then you were recruited to play hockey for Wesleyan.
Yeah, so I actually played ice hockey and lacrosse for Wesleyan all 4 years, varsity. I was much better at ice hockey than I was at lacrosse. So I learned a lot about sitting on the bench during lacrosse, which was fun because I love the sport. There's something about playing inside in a rink all year long, and then getting to be outside in the sun and running around. And so I love lacrosse, but I was not very good. Yeah, much better at hockey.
Okay. And you were a defenseman.
Yes, and I still am a defenseman, so
Yeah.
I play actually the game tomorrow morning.
Oh, wonderful.
So I still play, still defense. Yeah, and two of my kids are defense, and 2 of my kids are offense. So
You got an equal
Yeah.
set there. You
Yeah.
can pit them against each other. They can help each other out. So after you graduated from Wesleyan, you had your bachelor's in political science.
yes.
And what did you do with that?
So I ended up working for 2 magazines, Working Woman and Working Mother, which I don't think are actually magazines anymore, in New York City for a year, which was wonderful. So much fun to live in New York City right after college. Have no money and just try and piece everything together. It was great. We had a blast. And then I decided I wanted to work on campaigns, on political campaigns. So I came back to New Jersey to work for Bob Franks, and then ended up down in DC after the campaign, working in government down there. But campaigns are a little bit of an addiction. So I kept leaving to go back to do another campaign. And after a few years, I ended up, I worked at the US Labor Department, I worked in the Bush White House, in the worst job in the world in the White House. It was where you had to respond to every letter that's written to the president.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, that lasted about 6 months. And then off on another campaign. And I actually went up to New Hampshire to work for a guy who was running for governor as his press secretary and spokesperson. And that's where I met my husband, Craig.
Something magical happened. Yes. And so you met Craig Annis. Yep, and you guys got married.
We did, and we moved back to DC. He was working as a lobbyist, and I was working on the Hill for a member of Congress from California who was wonderful. He was actually the first Homeland Security Director. The committee on the Hill. Super smart guy. So that was really fun. And then we ended up coming back to New Jersey after we got married. And having kids really quickly, faster than we thought we would. So we ended up with twins, which was shocking.
Yes.
And moved back here. Yeah.
And so you went from working on campaigns to running your own campaign.
Yeah, so
that's a big step right there.
Yeah, I had my own business doing events planning and PR. The boys were about 2. It was 2008. And a congressional seat came open, which they never do up here, and there was a primary, Republican primary, 7-way Republican primary. I ended up second, which was great. It was a really great experience. Running campaigns is really fun.
Yeah.
Losing campaigns, not so much, but you learn a lot. And I do really think you learn more probably when you fail, rather than winning all the time, and you learn about resiliency, and you are going to survive this.
Yes.
So it's okay, like you're going to live, and your kids who are 2 don't really care, so it was fine.
Right.
So it was a good learning experience for me.
Yeah, and I think on some level we always have to believe that everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
And we all have a path.
Yeah.
And it's hard to seize that in the moment sometimes.
Right. Yeah, and if I had done that, I would never be where I am today, so.
Right.
Yeah.